Welcome back to Blender Daily. Today I'm excited to demonstrate a new Blender add-on called Colorbox that comes with a lot of awesome features and makes dealing with color palettes a whole lot easier in Blender. Let's get started. So I made this setup within Blender with just a few simple objects, and I already applied some simple shaders and colors to them. So far I'm really happy with it. However, I would love to try out a few different color schemes to find out what works best. So for this, I usually go to a website called Adobe Color where I can create my own color palettes. Or I also like to check out colorhunt.co where I can browse different color palettes created by other artists. And here I really like to go to the popular section and just scroll through them and see which palette appeals to me and I think would fit to the scene. So I think this one is pretty interesting. So I select it. And what I used to do here is to just click on this color to copy it, to copy the code for it. Then go back into Blender, select an object, go to the shader, and on the base color, go to the hex code, paste the code, and import the color this way. Now this works, however, it is very laborious and will take a lot of time, and which makes it almost impossible to compare different color schemes, since you always have to go through all the objects and all the shaders to change the colors. So luckily, there's a way better method that is a lot faster and more intuitive. This is called Colorbox, which is the add-on that I want to demonstrate in this video. So I already downloaded and installed it. So in the 3D viewport, I can press N to open up the side panel and go to the Colorbox options. Here I can find this palettes menu. And just to demonstrate this, I'm going to click on the plus and add a new row. So here I can start creating my own color palettes. So for example, I want to add a blue color, then also let's add a green, another one which is going to be red, make it a bit brighter, and one more, which is going to be this purple color. So this is already really useful to create those color palettes to work with in Blender. However, a feature that I think is even better is this import palettes option. So let's go back to colorhunt.co, and instead of copying those colors, this time we're going to download the image. So I click on download, save it to a folder where I save all my color palettes. And this is going to be number 13 for me. So I save this, go back into Blender, import palette, go to the same folder, select number 13 and import palettes, and now I have this right in here. Now one way how we can use this is to just take those colors and drag and drop them into the color field that we need. However, this is still very manual and will take a lot of time to go through all the objects, so I wouldn't recommend you to do it this way. There's a way better option, which is this color swapper option. And in here you can see that it already loaded in our color palette that we created ourselves. And if we click on this arrow, we get to the one that I just imported. Now to use this, we first need to apply this palette, and it will create 4 channels, which is 1 for each color that we have in here. Now we can use those channels and link them to the colors of our materials. So first of all, I'm gonna select those bars, and for them, I think I wanna use the blue channel. So I select the blue channel in here, then go to the base color, right click on it, and choose Add to Color Swapper. So now this is linked. Then I wanna take the bevel. Let's say I make this purple, so I select the purple channel, right click on it, and Add to Color Swapper. Then I select the background object. This one is also going to be blue. Add to Color Swapper, and the bevel needs the purple color. Then go to this pole. The outside is going to be this green color, add to color swapper, and the inside is gonna get this purple color. Right click, add to color swapper, and for the text object I want to use the yellow color. So now I have all those colors linked, and if I want to change any of those colors, I can just go to the channel, go in here, change the color, and it will change it for all the objects or all the shaders that are linked to this color. Now this becomes really useful if you have multiple palettes in here, so I could switch to the other one, click on apply, and it will immediately change all the colors. This is even more useful if we have a lot of color palettes in here. So let's click on import once more, go to the palettes, and this time I'm not going to select anything, but just go to the folder and click on import palettes, which will bring in all the palettes that I had in this folder. So now I can go to the corresponding collection in here, enable auto apply. So now I can just click through them and it will apply those palettes to my scene, which I think is extremely cool. So this way we can compare those different palettes and directly apply them to our scene. This is so much faster than if we were to do this manually, and it's just so much fun to test out those different palettes. Now let's say you have a palette, like for example this one, where you like the colors, however you don't like how the colors are distributed across the objects. In this case we can use this shuffle colors button. If I click this, it will randomize the color slots down here and use the same colors from this palette that we have selected, but distribute them differently throughout the scene, so we get different variations with the same colors. So now we can really quickly test out different color ideas by changing the color palettes and the distribution of the individual colors. This add-on really changed my color workflow within Blender, and it is so much more fun to color my scenes if I can quickly change all the colors and add those color palettes. But what I showed you so far is only a small part of what the Colorbox add-on has to offer. There are so much more options. If we go to those color palettes, we could export them. There are different effects that we can apply to them. We can import color palettes from image textures, or you could turn them into color ramps, create your own color ramps and use them for your materials. Or there's even a really useful color picker tool that comes with the add-on. And the best thing about all of this is that this is only the version 1 of the Colorbox add-on. So there are more updates and even more features coming out in the future. So if you are interested, I highly recommend you to check out the download page, where you can find all the information about all the features that are included in the Colorbox add-on. Of course, the link to it is in the video description. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I really think that the Colorbox add-on is a valuable tool for a lot of Blender artists. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I am Nick from Blender Daily. See you in the next one.